wonderful sweet baby. So today I wanted to talk to you guys about all of the strange events that's happening revolving around DDG. So yesterday it all started with the whole situation that happened at DreamCon. At DreamCon, pretty much some guy was, saying insults towards DDG and his entourage acted out. Then after, he actually went to a local restaurant. And at that local restaurant, some guys, I guess, noticed it was him and they were acting a little bit leery. And he didn't even notice these actions. It wasn't until the people on his Twitch chat actually had let him know that people in the background were moving a little different. So I'm going to break everything down to you guys and I'll get into my final thoughts. So let's start everything off with the altercation that ended up happening yesterday. So before I show you guys the altercation, I am going to let you guys know that majority of it will be blurred just because this app is very sensitive.
Check it. Can I get you in the picture real quick? Yes, sir. Hey, we're walking night for this. Hold this real quick. What we got going? Somebody hold it. It takes hold it. What you say? What we got going? What you say? Doodle garbage. I got. No recording. Comes up to me and say doodle garbage.
Is that what?
Nobody comes up to me in real life and say doodle. If a fan came up to me on some doodle garbage shit, bro, I'ma hold that nigga so goddamn bad, bro. Niggas know better.
All right, so you guys seen those clips and seen how everything went down. I noticed that the initial of how everything started wasn't very clear. So I'm going to show you guys the initial buildup that caused for the altercation to kind of break out in the first place. And it'll kind of look a little bit redundant, but you guys could hear him a little better in this clip. So go ahead and listen to the initial clip. And I just want you guys to listen out for when the guy says, "Get away from us with all that doo-doo garbage type stuff," or whatever. He'll say that in the beginning of the clip that I'm about to show. So go ahead and check this out.
Doodle garbage! Calm down with that doodle garbage shit. Calm down. Can I get you in the picture? Everybody calm down. Yo, real quick. Get it real quick. One picture real quick. Can I just check this nigga? Come on, check it. Can I get you in the picture real quick? Yes, sir.
All right, so I'm not going to play the rest because the rest is kind of redundant, but you guys could kind of see in that clip, you guys could blatantly hear him yelling out to DDG, "doo-doo garbage," and you could hear him saying, "Get that doo-doo garbage stuff out of here." So you could kind of hear him being very provoking in this moment. And that is when DDG's brother Dub, he actually steps up and says he's going to go check him. And that's when DDG confirms and says, "Yeah, go check him." And he goes, and that's when the altercation breaks out. So the aftermath was pretty much, DDG and his brother, as well as his brother's cameraman and his cameraman, all pretty much driving and leaving from there. And, they had a little bit of dialogue about the whole entire situation and how everything went down. He even met up with Kai at some point as well. I'm not going to show all of that, but pretty much this is, DDG's final verdict of everything that went down.
I guess I won't be coming back here again. No more DreamCon for me.
Now, shortly after that ride, a lot of people are not really talking about what went down. So after all that went down, that's when DDG ended up going to this restaurant and a lot of fans noticed some different kind of activity going on. So I'm going to go ahead and show you guys the clip and you're going to see what the fans are saying as everything's going down. So go ahead and take a look at this. Now, as of recently today, the guy that pretty much decided to get into the altercation with DDG and his entourage, he is now speaking out and stating that he wants to sue DDG for the actions that ended up happening at DreamCon. So go ahead and take a look at what the guy that said doo-doo garbage has to say.
Hey, what's up, y'all? Y'all probably saw me at DreamCon earlier across y'all phone screens getting assaulted by DDG, his brother, man, one of his friends or something like that. I want to just go ahead and come out here to tell y'all how that whole thing started. So boom, I'm standing there, me and my boy standing in the vendor hall, we chilling. See DDG walking by, and it's whatever. I heard about DDG before. I heard the name, heard the term doo-doo garbage before. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking it'd be funny, just a little joke to doodle. Alright, so I call him doo-doo garbage from around the way. His homeboy decided to come back. His brother, Doug, decided to go ahead, come back. Tried to press me about what I said. He said, "What you said?" I said, "Doo-doo garbage." "What you said?" "Doo-doo garbage." Push me. I gotta let you know now. I gotta take legal action against him or his brother, somebody out here. That's unacceptable for real. They done broke my chain. I'm banned from the event. I'm over here. Glasses gone. I ain't got the glasses no more. The glasses made my whole fit. Come on.
So why did you call them doo-doo garbage? Like, why did you say that?
I thought it was all jokes. I never seen DDG react like that in the past. Never seen him tell anybody to go do something to anybody else. So I'm thinking it's all good. It's all cool. I seen him throw some gloves to some people that said it to his face a few times. You know, even if he did that, I would just been like, "Hey, my fault, man. Whatever." Went along my way, but he didn't want to do that. And I can't lie. His brother came up to me and started putting his hands on me.
So here's my thoughts. There is most definitely something going on when it comes down to DDG. I just feel like when it comes down to his energy and the energy that I'm feeling from just people approaching him, people feeling like they can check him out in public, just everything. It's definitely something going on. There's something very much deeper going on with this entire situation. I definitely need to start from the beginning though. So the entire situation with the guy yelling out doo-doo garbage. So first things first, I do see where people are coming from when they're saying like, we can't be fazed by words and we can't be, fazed by all these different types of things. But you have to realize this. DDG is a human being and he is a celebrity. And a lot of the times when these people are saying things about these celebrities, they are coming to these celebrities from a fake account that has no followers, a fake account that's XYZ100567, and they're also coming at people with no profile picture. So you have no idea what these people look like because they're not showing themselves. So for this situation to come around, it's kind of like, okay, well, I'm going to show this troll what happens when you do actually mess with somebody and you do actually try to, say things and think there's no consequences to your actions of what you said. So that's pretty much portion number one. Portion number two. Yes, I do understand you can't just go around putting your hands on people. Okay? That's not what I'm pretty much standing for right here. I do understand that that's wrong. You can't just go around hurting people. And I do understand that that's the narrative that people are trying to spectate when it comes to him at this point. But once again, like I said, you can't sit there and continue to poke somebody and keep bothering somebody and think that there's no consequences. And I do greatly appreciate his brother for standing up and saying he was going to check that situation rather than having DDG do it. And I feel like his brother, because his brother, if you are not a DDG fan or you weren't previously a DDG fan or you haven't watched any of DDG's videos with his family members, DDG has a brother that previously passed away. And the brother that he has that passed away is actually twins with the brother that actually socked the Mario coins out the nigga that was on the floor. So they are actually twins. So now it's like the twin that is still here living and breathing on this earth, he feels like he has no choice but to overprotect his little brother now because, of everything that's went down. And I don't know if you guys know this part either. But DDG and Dub, the guy that socked the Mario coins at the Dreadhead nigga, they never used to actually click with one another. It wasn't until after the passing of DDG's brother that did pass away, that he was very close to. It wasn't until after that whole situation happened then they actually grew more of a bond with one another. But they never really kind of like seen eye to eye. And I think that now that Dub is, having even more things happening to his brother in this, limelight and everything, after seeing the whole situation happen with Holly and all these people talking about his brother, I think it's honestly starting to get to him where he feels like he needs to go back to his Pontiac days, because he's definitely stepping up now and really showing that he needs to be the protector and be there for his brother. And I kind of feel like that's why Dub did what he did. It's not just taking a toll on DDG with all this situation, it's taking a toll on his entire family, and including his oldest brother, Dub. So I feel like because of that, I feel like, Dub did what any older sibling would do if a person is coming at their younger sibling, and he handled that and he did what he had to do. And then shout out to the friend that helped Dub, because they definitely, had him scrambling, screeching, and hollering at the end of that night. And when it comes down to the guy that even did this whole entire situation, after seeing that little mock interview that guy did, if you guys aren't able to see that this guy is a huge troll and he is a clout chaser by, seeing all of this that he's doing, then I don't know what else to tell you. Baby, please go pray and please go sit in a corner somewhere, because this man is clearly a clout chaser, and he may have even been sent by somebody to do, all of this chaos that he's causing. Because to me, it's just kind of like, celebrities are there, you're overreacting, you're acting out. I'm glad that, RDC World said, you know what, you're banned. You're no longer allowed to be here, because that celebrities are going to be in the building. Why are you terrorizing them? It's already bad enough they get terrorized online, and then you're in person still terrorizing them. Yeah, you gotta fucking go. But I also do want to talk about the situation that happened with DDG and the whole entire situation of the guy staring at him while he was in the restaurant. I feel like in the video you couldn't really tell what was going on, and it was like the slightest and splittest second of what had pretty much went down. And I'm glad that DDG didn't say anything to kind of bring attention towards himself. He just kind of read the chat. They all collectively got up and they all left. And I'm glad that that's how it went down, because if not, things could have probably went south, and we could have been hearing something else on the news. But it's very strange how all of these things are happening to DDG. And you guys, as I'm recording this is the 1st of June. So by the time that, this week is pretty much almost up, it'll be the, week of the hearing for DDG and Holly Bailey's verdict of what's going to happen with them and Baby Halo. And I just find it very interesting that all of this is happening now that hearing is about to come up. So there's definitely a black cloud that's following DDG. And I know that a lot of the naysayers and all of those different types of people are just, gonna be saying all sorts and types of disrespectful and rude things. But the minute that you guys see that this man is gone, that's when you guys are going to be saying how much you love DDG and all this other type of stuff. So my whole thing is, whatever's going on, I just hope that DDG ups his security and he definitely, stays prayed up and he stays looking over his shoulder, because there's somebody doing something where they don't want him to be here no more. And I can honestly and truthfully feel it. And I've been feeling it ever since the whole situation came forth of this whole, custody battle that's going on and them trying to silence him. I've been feeling it since then. So all I've got to say is, DDG, please stay with, a bunch of people that care about you. Stay in, don't be around huge crowds. Don't let people know really where you're going. Always make sure that you're, really just guarded, and make sure that you're always paying attention to your surroundings and what last things look like, and keep crews around watching everything that's going down as well, because something odd is covering you and I don't like it. So just be safe. But that's my opinion. What's yours?